Boom, we are alive, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today. Tio and the Arcane Bear, it's good to be back. Avalanche up like 16 to 17% today, jumping on the news of a partnership with AWS. Now today I'm going to go over 2 points of conjecture. First off, why I am still bullish on Avalanche. Nothing has changed except for the price. I believe the value function is the same. And some of the things that really worry me about this conversation as we dig into some of the articles that came out around this. So first off, we were excited about Avalanche due to the speed, the scalability, and the potential to outpace Ethereum. And what Ethereum was trying to get to has really already been done with Avalanche. Avalanche, it's almost like comparing two vehicles. Ethereum reminds me of a Honda that someone's added a spoiler and new brakes and a turbo and a better suspension, and it's a great vehicle. It will probably never start on fire. But if you buy a Ferrari, which is probably more like Solana, it may start on fire all the time just due to the nature of the machine that you're running yourself. Avalanche reminds me of something that's a bit more reliable, but built for speed and security out the gate. Now, I don't want to go too deep into the car analogy here. What I want to focus on next is the partnership that took place. Now, we've seen a lot of brands in the past, especially in the blockchain ecosystem, be like, oh yeah, we're partnering with Amazon, but really it's just a hosting. They're not really doing anything. Here, Avalabs has actually become a partner of APN, the AWS Partner Network. Now, there's a few things that this means. The press release will be dropped down below. What I want to focus on is the sentiment from Emin. So this is a quote from Emin Gunn, the CEO. You can check back on our podcast. We had him on in the early parts of 2021. I think Avalanche was still around $10. So we've gone from $10 to $120 back to $10. So we're doing great, back to where we started. But here, he says, I'm proud to announce that we've implemented the protocol that can accommodate millions of participants with near instant finality. Our work with Amazon can accelerate the positive impact of Avalanche. This partnership also means Avalanche nodes can now run on AWS GovCloud. Well, Avalabs joins the AWS Partner Network and AWS Activate in helping the benefits of AWS to the Avalanche ecosystem. AWS Activate is an excellent resource for developing to bring apps to the masses with Avalanche's trailblazing speed, security, and scalability at the core, John Rue, president of Avalabs, said in this statement. Now, these two statements between Emin and the second one here by John Woo, the Avalabs president, has one thing that concerned me in particular. It was the AWS GovCloud. Now that just sounds exactly like a Slurpee straw for data to suck up from participants. Now, for those of you who like to rummage through the declassified documents will know that some of the CIA arm has lots of history of doing weird things, and AWS Cloud is some of the weird things it's done it through. Now, the question comes up, it's like, well, what about decentralization and the security of the network over time? And this is a question I pose to you guys. I like Avalanche, but proof of stake mechanisms are not always, let's say, fair. We know from the Ash experiments, it's very easy to convince a group of people that are highly intelligent to follow through on something that is the wrong answer, basically because 5 or 6 people ahead of them got the answer wrong. And breaking out of that mold is difficult. So you can reach consensus on things all the time that are just factually incorrect. In fact, science does this kind of shit all the time. We've gone over this. They make mistakes like this all the time, and it's actually one of the prevailing mistakes. So if the government and identity start to get too closely interlinked here, are we walking into the trapdoor of sheep's being fed to the wolves? Because this technology is equally valuable as it could be for decentralization of money and identity. It can equally do the same thing for centralizing the power of money and identity once again. And I've been so, interested in this evolution of technology and people learning to find trust at a global scale, that when I see AWS GovCloud, I go, oh damn, not again. Are we having a philosophical disagreement with investments again? Because I did this with SBF at one point and I let it just slide. And I promised myself I won't do that again. I won't make philosophical with this. I just can't do it. That's why I told myself, I'm like, I won't do this anymore. So if I won't do it anymore, where's the breaking point? Because when I saw SBF sitting on stage with Bill Clinton, that should have been like, you know what, I'm out of here. That's fine. I want nothing to do with this goddamn company. And right now, after that, I'm trying to recognize those flags that I don't like. Now, that's maybe not always the best investment decision, is to go with something that is philosophically aligned with you, because you may miss out on a great investment. That being said, I realized the last time that I vote with my money by how I invest, more so than my vote. My vote here in Costa Rica, like, there's only 6 million people here, like, whatever. We got no army, with whatever, right? So my vote here doesn't really matter. It's what I do with my money that is a much stronger vote in society. And because I'm not spending a bunch of money on, let's say, I don't know, let's see, I don't own a plastic bag company, I want to make sure I'm aware of potential differences and philosophical agreements. Like, wait a second, if you're working with the government, what type of governmental control could be hashed out over the identity and money of the Avalanche ecosystem? And I'm equally worried about this for Ethereum. Ethereum is no different in my opinion here, but what's your thoughts? You tell me, I'd love to know. Is there a difference between proof of stake on Ethereum and Avalanche? Are we bound to repeat past failures in history due to consensus? Anyways, just a quick update. Still bullish on Avalanche, but currently questioning the philosophical alignment, and I would love to know your thoughts.